Hi everybody, welcome to Nazar Circus. How you guys doing? I am doing well. The weather is lovely in sunny London, and yeah, this is just a quick one. Something's been on my mind, and as you guys probably know, if you listen to my musings, you will know that whenever I feel something, I have to come here and just let it out. So today's musings, because of the recent events in the UK. If you live in the UK, you would know what I mean. The recent, I would call them riots. Some people are trying to call them protests, but I would say riots in the UK by some people who are reacting to an evil crime by one of us. And because of that crime, they say they want all of us out. So this crime is disgusting, it's heinous, and it's evil, and it was done by, I think, a young person from, I don't know, Rwanda, an African country. I think it's Rwanda. That's even not even relevant to what I'm trying to say. Today's musings are not even about that, really, but it's just made me to think more about when my white friends say to me, I do not see color. So that's what today's musings is about. When people say to you, when a white person says to you, I do not see color, how does that make you feel? That is what my question is. How does that make you feel? And if you're a black person and you say to your white friend or colleague or whoever, oh, I don't see color, I love you and I don't see color. What do you mean when you say that? Right? So I haven't said to anybody who's white that I don't see color because I see color. And when people tell me, when a white person tells me, Chinazo, I don't see color, it worries me. It doesn't offend me because I know some people take it really seriously and they get really offended. I don't know that I will stretch it to that because I don't feel that it's said in the context of trying to annoy me or upset me. Usually it's said in the context of, where I feel like we're all the same and I love you regardless of whether your skin is black, white, whatever, yellow. I know. So I don't get offended because I know it's not said in an offensive way when it's said to me. So I don't get upset. But what happens is it bothers me because I feel like if you don't see color, then you can't really see me. You can't really see me. So for me, I am very dark-skinned. I have natural hair. I have dreadlocks. I have an accent. I was not born in the UK, nor was I bred in the UK. I was born in Nigeria. I am hardcore Nigeria. I'm from the eastern tribe of Nigeria, which is Igbo, and I speak Igbo a lot, if you know me or if you're around me. So I could be with my white friend, and if somebody calls me, I will switch to Igbo straight away. So I'm that hardcore. I like Nigerian food. Obviously, I would eat food from other cultures, but I like my Nigerian food. So when a white person says to me, oh, Chi, you're my friend or you're my colleague, I don't see color, it bothers me because it just means you don't see me because I am my color. Like, I am. So, and it worries me because it then means that you are also not aware of how other people who are not you may be towards me. So it means if we go out together, you may not even notice when somebody else is not being nice because they find my color offensive. So it's things like that that really, really bug me. I don't get offended when it's said to me, but it really, really bothers me. And I'm just very keen to know what people think because, my musings are really just my thoughts, as you know. I want to know what other people think. When people say to you, I don't see color, how do you feel? How do you feel? And for me, I also think, okay, you don't see color when everything is going well. But are there times that you actually see color? Like, for example, what just happened recently, where the person who carried out the evil crimes is a black person. Do you maintain the same energy when things like that happen? So you don't see color. Are you selective when you don't see color, or do you just not see color all the time? Yeah. So I'm just speaking my thoughts, and I'm just curious to know if people actually. First thing is, have you had anybody say to you, "Oh, I don't see color"? Anybody who you're close to or you walk with or whatever, have you had that happen to you? And if you have, how did that make you feel? How did you take that comment? And if you're someone who says to people or who has said to someone, you know what, listen, you're cool, we're all one, I don't see color. When you said that, what were you thinking? What was what was your thought process when you said that? Because I'm asking because I want to know if I'm overreacting or whether it's, if other people feel the same way. I like to know what people think about my thoughts about similar thoughts. So, guys, please, can you just comment? Because I know a lot of you send me messages. It's all lovely and nice to send me messages, but I want you to comment because other people can then read your comments. I know that Spotify had issues with, they changed their features and people couldn't comment, all that stuff. I think it's now been fixed, fingers crossed. If it hasn't, please, can somebody just alert me privately? But I have tried to chat up Spotify and they keep saying, oh, it's being rolled out. So hopefully people who listen can comment, especially on this episode that I am expecting feedback. Yeah, what do you guys think? Yeah, it's just something. And I've spoken to a few people. I asked my daughter this yesterday and I said to her, if one of your friends said to you, Otto, we're friends, I don't see color, what would you think? I didn't tell her what my thoughts were, and she kind of said, "Oh, Mom, no, I would need them to see color." So I thought, okay, at least I know I am not the only person who feels that way. So, guys, what do you think? And like I said, it's got to be balanced. If you said it to people, what were you thinking when you said it? What were you trying to convey? Because I know that when it's said I've only heard it being said to black people by white people, and I'm sure the reverse is also the case. I'm sure there's some black people that say to their white friends, but I've only heard it from, from a white person saying it to me or to somebody that I know. And it's usually said, obviously, in a way of, as in trying to reassure you we're the same. I'm not going to treat you differently. I care for you the same. Yes. And that's why I don't get offended when it's said. But it does really worry me because it's deeper than that. It's not just a case of, oh, we're the same, I don't see color. We're not the same. We're very different. And it's for that sort of reason that I wouldn't take like my white friend to a hardcore Nigerian event. Unless, and even if I did, I would be very conscious of the fact that, we have our differences. Yeah, or like I wouldn't take I wouldn't take any of my white friends to like a Nigerian restaurant, a hardcore Nigerian restaurant that didn't have alternatives for non-Nigerians. Yeah, so I celebrate our differences. That's what I do. I celebrate our differences. What worries me is when people try to act like there are no differences. That's where I have an issue. We're different. We're very different. We're different. Even for people, black people who were born and raised here, you're still different from a white person that was born and raised here. Not to talk of people like myself who were not born and raised here, came here as grown-ups. So yeah, that really bothers me. We are different. What we should be doing, I think, in my own very humble opinion, is celebrating our differences and not acting as if we don't have any differences. And to be honest, when people have said it to me, I've only had it like twice. I've just tried to say it in a nice way. Girl, we're very different, but I hear what you're saying, but we are very different. But I haven't really gone deep into schooling the person. And I'm just wondering if it's something I need to start doing. If somebody says that to me next time, should I really go into really schooling the person and explaining a little bit more why I am worried by that comment? So guys, don't let me ramble on, because I could be here for another 20 minutes. My musings have no beginning, they have no end. It's just me thinking, and this one I had to come and pour out here because of just what's happened recently. It's just made me think a little bit more about, what people who are not black that I associate with actually, really do think about me, and the ones who have said to me, I don't see color. It's made me think a bit deeper about when it was said to me, and it's made me think maybe I should have, pulled them up on it. Not in a horrible way, but just said a little bit more about that. Guys, so yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, please share the post, comment, and let me know your thoughts. This is not amusing to get people upset or or pour fuel to the fire. No such thing. It's just strictly when somebody says to you, when somebody who is not black says to you, a black person, I don't see color. How do you feel? What do you think? And when you as a black person say to somebody, if you said it to somebody, what were you thinking? That's just really strictly what it's about. Yeah? Okay, guys. Yes, I'm going to love you and leave you here. And until next time, it's peace, love, and remember, love always wins. And yeah, looking forward to hearing back from you guys. Take care. Stay safe.